Alright, what is up guys? So we are back with something very special today. I believe it was earlier this year in March when the Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel Part 2 Lost Butterfly movie hit theaters here in the US for a very limited screening, only one night, and in a even fewer variety of theaters than what we had before with the first movie. Although it was a Fathom Events, so it's a little bit more broad, like AMC's had it, as opposed to going to some like proprietary theaters that are probably not close to your hometown. But the fact that it was one night only kind of sucked because a lot of people did not get to see it. And so amongst the community, we haven't really been talking about it as much as we could because not a lot of people have seen it. So now we finally have the Japanese Blu Ray, which just came out today or yesterday at the time this video is being uploaded. And this is just incredible. I am just blown away by this. I was expecting the primary colors of this to be like purple or pink like the first part, but no, this is like very red, and it's very concerning. So yeah, the movie was fantastic. This comes to us from CD Japan, as you might expect, and again, this is specifically the Japanese version, so this is pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but this is the nicest version of the film that you will be able to see. It does have English subtitles, and I'm going to be hosting a screening at my house this Saturday, and hopefully get as many Type Moon fans in the area as possible to show up. For part one, when that came out on Blu-ray, I had almost 20 people in my living room. I had 16, 17 people. So that was pretty impressive. So we're probably going to discard this. Sometimes I try to save this because it has a little stamp on it, but I'm not going to try with this. This little card thing, though, I'm definitely going to try to preserve. I don't remember it being... I think this is like intentionally different from the first part. You know, you have Sakura that's upside down. There's some obvious symbolism going on there. This artwork is just incredible. So this is new artwork we didn't get for this film leading up until now, and as you can see, you can just kind of barely make out Saber up there in the corner, kind of foreshadowing in the background. Archer giving us a concern, a kind of somber looking Shiro. Trying to avoid a lot of spoilers for this part, of course, not being anything over. I just realized what the red lines are for on the side of the box. And it kind of freaked me out a little bit when I realized that. So if you guys know what that's a reference to, then I'll let you guys kind of keep that to yourself. So, and on the spine, of course, we have the purple and pink colored Fate Stay Night Command Seal logo there, so that if you put these films side by side with each other, they'll all match. But yeah, this little card thing was oriented like this on the Part 1 Blu-ray, and that's probably a intentional theme, because again, in the trailer we saw the whole blue Grail War set up with all the statues, and then it inverts on itself to show the corrupted version. So that's pretty freaking cool. And again, this packaging is exactly the same as the Part 1 Blu-ray in terms of size and shape and design. So I'm not going to do a size comparison or anything like that. Let's just take a look at the inside. So, wow. That is incredible. So creepy and sad, but just... the art on this thing is unbelievable. And then there's a Ren and Ilya and what looks like a Zoken over there. And there's my reflection looking very creepy in the there's a Shinji and a Shiro. Again, the red being the color for this is just gives it a very unsettling look. No real art on the discs, but very much looks the same as the Part 1 Blu-ray. And then of course we have this art book. So again, this comes with the film itself, a bonus features disc, and then the soundtrack, which I am so incredibly grateful for. I felt like the soundtrack was a little bit more enjoyable in this version the second film than it was in the first one, and it used a lot of the best themes from the first part and incorporated them in there. So we'll see when I actually listen to it how it holds up, though, because the soundtrack for the first film has grown on me, even though I don't find it to be especially impactful. So here's all the promotional art. This was one of the first images we got for Part 2. And then this is one of the ones that was seen like on the movie poster and all that. That one is also seen pretty frequently online. This one I actually have never seen before, so that's really, really freaking cool. There's a rider in the background there. Some other promotional material. I'm not going to spoil all of this because there'll be no point in you guys buying it. Check it out for yourself. The way Ufotable artists draw the Fate characters is iconic at this point. It's kind of synonymous with their design. It's sort of like the only true canon design these days. So some of the very triangular faces are just iconic now. What a great scene. Also a scene that I feel like more budget went into animating that scene than some of the fight scenes. It was pretty interesting. Gilgamesh and Sakura recreating a frame from the visual novel there. God, so freaking cool. Some foreshadowing for part 3 there. Some Dark Sakura. This is interesting. So this is like a Grand Order crossover thing, because you have like Alter Saber fighting Mashu and Berserker Ku fighting regular Emiya, which is really freaking cool. None of this happens in the movie. There's a Jean with Berserker and a Edmond Dantes with Medusa. Yeah, none of that happens in the movie. Thank God. We don't need unnecessary characters shoved in there. Some adorable Sakura being a adorable precious being that did nothing wrong. Saber looking like she's having a very bad day there. Look at this perfect little family photo here. We just do that and it'll be just perfect. Yep. Wow. Really, really very pretty. Yeah, so I'm not going to go through all of this, but you guys can definitely check it out for yourself if you decide to spend the money on this like I did, which I would highly recommend because it is 100% worth it for Fate fans. There really is no point in waiting for the English Blu-ray. I'm sure it will be cheaper, but it won't be that much cheaper, unlike the Fate Zero ones where it was like a third of the price. I mean, I'm not an elitist when it comes to dubs. You guys know this about me. I love the Dean dub. I love the Fate Zero dub. But I just hate the voice of Shiro and Archer in the Ufotable versions of Fate Stay Night. So like Unlimited Blade Works and onward. So I will not watch Unlimited Blade Works, the series, or any of the Heaven's Feel movies in dub. I'm not that crazy about the Apocrypha dub either. There's a few characters in there that I think were good casting decisions. But I could probably tolerate watching the this looks like director's interviews and director's notes and things like that. Really wish I could read this, but it's very, very nice to have nonetheless. But yeah, I could probably tolerate watching the Apocrypha dub, but as far as like Extra Last Encore goes, like Nero does not have a dubbed voice. That just straight up does not exist. And again, that's me not being an elitist about dubs. Yeah, so this is all behind the scenes stuff that we can't really read, but again, it's super cool to have. Look at some little sketches and concept art there. Really cool. Yeah, so that's about it for this. So yeah, very much the same type of offering as we had with the first movie. So if you guys thought that collection was nice, definitely check this one out. Like I said, I'm very, very much looking forward to watching this again and doing the screening at my house with all the wonderful Fate fans in the community. This film, like I said, I only got to see it the one time in theaters, whereas with Part 1, I got to see it 3 times in theaters. I'm almost completely forgetting about something. I meant to show this off at the very beginning, but we got this lithograph courtesy of CD Japan, and it's just a self frame from the movie with Ilya and Berserker, which is pretty cool. Although it's kind of sad if you have seen the film. So and apparently it's also a sticker. It does have a peel off section on the back. I think there was one just like this for the first movie with a different image on it, which I never peeled off. So we'll hold on to that for sure. All right, so that is going to be it for this. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.